it already.
Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop.
Okay, hello and welcome to Misfits and Monsters. I'm your scary neighbourhood dungeon master Aaron, and this week I've mostly been eating yogurt, so enjoy that factoid. Our Octobard Mike, also known as Calamari, is unable to make it because he's doing some back garden camping with his sprogs. So Calamari is going to be out of the picture for this session, despite his recruitment of the Zentarium being absolutely essential for your success. So, well done fighting kaiju beasts without their help. Anyway, so Haz, introduce people that may not have heard your introductory spiel before to Bramble.
My rambles. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Bramble rambles.
Brambles. I like this.
Yeah.
I should make a book of this.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Haz. I play a cinnamon and straw-scented seasonal boy, Bramble, a hex-linking pale witch kid from a corn patch somewhere in the plains of Faerun, with a penance for menace and a glare equally as devilish, here to somewhat uphold law and order with in his twisted sort of way.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Okay, Kat, you're next.
Hello, I'm Kat. I'm not going to rap because I'm not very good at that.
Almost.
That was a rhyme, sort of.
Hey, it's Kat. I'm not doing a rap.
Oh man.
Whoa!
I'm not good at that.
Because I'm a brat.
Because I am a brat, yes. That is I. Never mind. I play Kayla. She's our battle mage. She's a tiefling, and she has a whip, and she likes fire.
Essential.
I'm great at this. No, I'm not. That's the short version.
Who's next?
Mike P.
What he doesn't need to.
Not the only mic, just the only mic you have today. The only mic you need. I'm playing Ezra, who is our bard paladin hero in training, flexing his elocution muscles to recruit. I've forgotten even what they're called. Some knights people.
Oh shit.
The Lord's Alliance.
The homeless.
Oh yeah, I recruited the Castellans for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good exercise, good workout for his skills. Yep, that is who I'm playing.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Patrick.
Hi. I'm Pat, and I don't remember when was the last time I showered.
Ew!
Is that in character?
And
Stinky boy.
In life?
Hold on. Both.
Oof.
Nice.
And I play a guy. His name is Seth. He's a monk. He's a half orc, and he also doesn't like shower and likes stinking, and he also doesn't leave the house like me, and he's big and strong, and he's not afraid of any viruses, and he's super handsome, and he has the biggest, longest biceps I've ever seen.
Jesus Christ.
It's what you look for in a man. Long biceps, real long.
And that's it.
Trouser biceps. Thank you for that, Pat.
His bicep inserts are so
Sure
long.
there are people
Oh
out
god,
there
look at
that
him.
have learnt something today.
I think I learned too much.
Max.
We're all about learning here.
Yeah, I'm Max, and I play a couple of characters. I play a gnome called Bog, and a ogre called Grog, something like that. Yeah, he's a wizard. He's cool. That's it.
Grogget isn't a
You're
wizard.
a wizard, Groggart.
Yeah, ogre wizard. Yeah. I would have preferred it.
It's a
actually.
thing in War.
If,
It's a thing in WoW, so it could be.
If the gnome
Would
had
have been
been
a better
the
option.
barbarian and the ogre had been the wizard, I would have preferred. And the ogre had to sit on the shoulders of the gnome as opposed to the other way around.
Blaster, master.
Yeah.
Legless ogre and his gnome steed. Okay, that just leaves you, Craig.
Oh,
Fill us in.
I play Cray Cray, a reptilian bugbear, exiled from his homeland, the original murder hobo, on a quest to redeem a big mistake.
Pat, fucking hell. No.
Banned.
Put your
Just
tits
got banned
away.
from
We've got Twitch banned.
This is a no nipple zone. That's probably going to be screen grabbed and manipulated by somebody at some point. All one of the people that watches will make use of that. Anyway, okay, so who needs a recap? I think, Pat, you do, don't you? Because you weren't here last session.
I had an emergency with my family.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So everybody else other than Cray Cray and Sif had gone to see various faction representatives within the city of Waterdeep to try and recruit them to their cause in defending it against this apparently inevitable threat from these gargantuan monsters that are going to come from another plane and level all of civilization across Faerun. So you were given the task of going and finding the Shunners, and Cray Cray was given the task of finding Jarlaxle. Oh, you actually did it, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, he did in the
So
box.
far, everybody except for Sif and Calamari, who got sidetracked due to his own incompetence. So it's just you, Sif. So she will start with you. You were basically you were dispatched to try and locate a representative of the Shunners and see if they were willing to help. So I mean, how are you going to go about this?
Right. So Sif was talking big game, but he doesn't actually even know who Shunners really are. They live in the under thing. Yes.
This was Max.
Oh, wait a minute, this all seems familiar.
We need to go see the shark. But we don't.
No, please we don't.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was thinking about talking to Cole. Okay, so I get myself to the place, the old school tavern. I look out for Cole. Like, I'm back. I remember that good time we had sleeping, like the flavor. Cole. Bloody hell, that's the name.
Shunners they're mainly all halflings, which is why they like the
Alright, so they might not be very welcoming to a half-orc, right? I know how money talks. I can figure that out. Well, thanks very much, Cole. I appreciate that. I need to get myself over there. I figured it probably is a good idea to not go on my own. A place where I could have an unfortunate accident. And do a bit of, work, try to save the soul world and shit.
Or Jarlaxle in disguise.
Alright, okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna get my... Right. Okay, well, in the meantime, I'm gonna get myself a cloak. I'm gonna pay for, yes, yes, indeed. Ah, just the man I needed to see. I need some muscle to come with me. I need your help, buddy.
Biceps really long.
Ah, I didn't realize that you guys had biceps down there too. Well, are you busy right now, my good friend? Oh, you have. Oh, good, excellent. You probably won't mind help. We're going to the fucking pickled fisherman?
Oh, that's just down there on the left.
Aye, so we can have another pint and talk to some little people.
Okay. Those people.
Look at. Wow, they're gonna be even littler than. Has Cray Cray ever seen a half? Like, has Cray Cray ever seen a halfling before?
Oh, I saw some in Dapple Leaf.
Right, okay. Yeah, well, come on, buddy. We're going to talk with a bunch of criminals and try to convince them that the world ending is, well, it's their problem as well as ours. We need a hand.
That's good. Let's do it.
Alright, well, and with company, we get ourselves to the pickled fisherman. I guess we probably have to like crouch to get in. Stop me when I'm starting to become a bigger. And yeah, like obviously. Oh, my bad. Sorry, my bad. I thought this was a halfling tavern, not a dwarf one. was saying in universe.
Yes.
Alright,
Existing
sorry.
film as well.
Sorry to interrupt. Just real quick, the music on Discord, sorry, on Twitch is slightly louder than the audio.
Cheers, dude.
Okay, thank you.
We just checked it quick.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
just can't be arsed with any more audio complications, so it's just going to have to knock it off.
Oh no.
No, I know, right?
Fuck's sake.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, so you're in the Pickled Fisherman. There's halflings indulging themselves. It's rammed. The majority of the patrons are halfling folk. There's very few other people. There might be a few humans.
That's
in
much
there.
better.
Okay, all right. So let's going into the dev. Yeah, well, I tried to get myself to the bar so I can get a drink and talk with the barmaids. I assume there's a barmaid.
Yes, and you see there are a number of halfling women tending the bar and delivering drinks and snacks to the tables, but one of them appears to be directing the others. Like she's very visibly like pointing at some of the staff and towards tables for them to proceed with the drinks, then food they're laden with to them. So she seems to be in charge from what you can tell.
Okay, all right. Well, so we get ourselves to the bar and we try. I guess I try to get her attention
Okay.
so I can get a.
She's like, "Yes, my dear. What do you want? Drink?"
Beautiful accent. Beautiful accent you got there. Can I have a big old drink for myself and my friend here, and maybe some pork scratchings on the side, or the local variety, if that's all right?
Of course. I mean, we're gonna probably have to give you a small cask because we don't have steins big enough for to accommodate folk of your proportions.
Oh, sounds good.
They don't have
Sounds
handles,
good
so
to
you probably
me.
have to hold them with both your mitts. So hold your horses. And she goes down, pours
I don't have a
a
horse.
frothy brew from the barrel.
I don't have a horse either.
And she puts these kind of like half casks up on the counter. It's like a small
Ooh.
wine cask that's been sawed in half and sanded and then waxed. And she's like, "There you are, my lovely. That'll be a silver piece for the lot."
Okay. Well, here you are, my good woman, and I pay her and
Thank you.
right. Okay. Fuck. How do I approach this? This is like. I guess my character has now inherited my own social anxiety because I don't know how to proceed. So, fuck. See, you come here often? Fuck no.
Who are we
Yes, I do, because I run the establishment and I kind of live here as well most days. So
Sif,
yes, I do come here often, in more ways than one.
Oh bloody hell!
And she winks.
Oh bloody hell! She heard me.
who are we looking for, Sif?
We're looking for some lot called the Shunters, the Shaggers.
The
Shart,
the Charters.
the Shart Shaggers. I think we could be looking for.
I know who you mean. You mean the Shunners, and yes, they're.
That's the one.
They're frequent visitors. In fact, some of them are here this evening. But I wouldn't go bothering them if I were you. They're a nasty bunch when they've a mind to be. They like their own company and they don't like to be interfered with. So I warn you that, don't go sticking your noses in somewhere you don't want it getting scratched.
Oh, aye, that's good advice. Is there any way you could help us out here? This is quite urgent. You could say this is a world-changing kind of situation.
She stops. She's like, "Well, look, I am a busy lady. I've got other customers to attend to. If you're going to take up any more of my time, I'd have to ask you to buy either another round of drinks or give me a few pieces of silver, because that's what you're
I put
off.
a golden piece.
Ooh.
I put 2 golden pieces on the on
I'm
the.
all yours.
Excellent.
Oh,
Well,
Maybe we could buy
I
a
would-
round for the charters.
How about we buy our friends there a round, and you keep the change as a sign of goodwill for wasting your time, my good lady.
will do
I
it.
apologize for that.
I dare I say that it might go quite a ways as to ingratiating yourself with them if you buy them a round. So I'll have one of the lasses take it over and point you out to them, and perhaps they'll be inclined to beckon you over. Who knows? Let's see how it goes, eh? So she's like, Rosie.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And one of the other barmaid staff like sachets over, and she gives us some instructions, pours a round of drinks out for Shunners, and she's like, right, if you take them to the table right at the back, the shifties, as we call them, the shifties. Take them to the shifties and tell them that they're from these 2 fine strapping lads here at the bar. So Rosie's like, will do, Mom, will do. And she takes a tray away and weaves her way through the tables and various other patrons to the very rear of the pickled fishermen, where a trio of like rougher looking halflings sitting underneath a thick cloud of pipe smoke are gathered in like animated conversation. And as soon as she puts the tray down and speaks to him and points towards you, the halflings will turn and look at you like suspiciously, like
Waving cray.
Sorry.
So they point to the barmaid and thank her and just carry on talking animatedly, and don't touch the drinks that she brought down.
Oh, rude. That didn't work.
That's
Maybe we should just go over there.
yeah. I don't know. I don't want to start a scrap in a busy establishment like this, I feel like when it comes to criminals, they should probably come to you rather than you to them.
Should we just wait?
Okay, I mean, we could have a couple of drinks here and see what happens. Maybe eventually they'll.
We should slip a note underneath one of them. When they lift it, we're like, hello, we're over here. Awesome goal.
What would Misfits do?
We'll probably kill everyone.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The last time I
obviously we'll talk out.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Cray, and I slap him and I slap you on the back. You go ahead and talk to them, and I'm gonna make sure that no one touches your drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this worked for the last one. Maybe it'll work again. So I just stroll over.
As he does that, I make sure that I'm like my weapon is within arm's reach, and I have a look where the exits are.
Shit.
Okay. So
Keep going.
As you approach the table, the halflings kind of like glance your way, like briefly, but don't fix you with a glare. They just carry on in their conversation in the corner with each other. There's 3 of them situated at this table. The drinks are still left untouched. So do you just get closer and just like stand at the
there
table
awkwardly?
With your head like kind of touching the beams of the floor above, because it's quite a low ceiling.
Greetings.
So it's just like one of them's like, it's like, yeah, greetings. All right, and they carry on like having their own conversation in hushed tones.
I get a little note and I put it onto his drink.
And he's like, do you mind? We's having a private conversation here. We prefer it that way, if you don't mind. So take your little bit of paper and piss off back to the bar over there with your other weird friend.
Oh, I haven't got time for that. Are you the Shunners? Shifters? Charters?
Shitters!
He's like, look, friend, we don't want to cause a scene, so let's just part ways amicably here, and leave it at that, shall we?
I've been sent on official business.
Well, I don't like the sound of that any more than what you said previously.
No, it's good. It's fine. We're all about to be killed, so we need all the help we can get. You've been recommended.
Do a persuasion check.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's 11.
He's like, not interested. Now fuck off.
You don't understand. The what's her name? The Waterdeep.
Laeral Silverhand.
Yeah.
The open Lord.
The open Lord of Waterdeep has sent me to speak with you.
He's like, well, that's all very well and good, but I've got nothing to say to them in return. So I'd toodle off now if I were you. Or
I get 5 gold and just put it on the table.
okay, he's like, okay, you have aroused a modicum of my interest with that donation.
Are you willing to listen to us for this money? I've seen them do that before. It seemed to work.
Maybe if the donation was a little bit more generous, we'd be willing to give you a few minutes of our time. We've got business to get on with.
I'll make it 10 gold.
10.
I'll pay you back, buddy.
I think this is a lot.
It's some. Say again. What is it? Why are you here? What do you want to say to us?
Oh, it's just that the city's about to be... Oh, well, the world's about to be annihilated, so we need all your help to stop it being annihilated.
Why do you need
Okay, so
in particular?
I don't know.
So as I noticed that Cray actually got their attention, I make my way over there.
Okay, so
and
what do you say?
Right, lads. There's money to be made, and there's a bit of goodwill to be gotten from the lords. But I'd rather speak about this somewhere more private than in an inn.
Okay.
All I need is 5 minutes. 5 minutes of your time.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
Gold's worth of advantage.
It's your 10 gold, not mine. Persuasion. Guess what? Both of my rolls are 60.
60.
Yeah,
Right.
2 16s. So
Well, here's the deal then. We're willing to hear you out in a more private setting, conducive to to clandestine business. Why don't you meet us at the lady's statue at midnight, and we'll discuss this to a greater extent.
Okay. What ward is that in?
you better bloody be there, mate, because
Oh, we'll be there all right. Don't you worry about that. My word is my bond, especially after receiving a generous donation.
Word.
Word is
It's in the
bond.
dock ward, the lady's statue.
It's in the dock ward.
well,
It's
excellent.
quite a well-known
I shall see you then. And in the meantime, do me a favor and do try to enjoy those drinks I got you.
Yes, I think we will. Thank you again for the generous donations, both in gold and in spirits. And he takes his the cup up that you had poured for him, and takes a swig at him. He's like, yes, actually our favourite. So yeah, you did good there. You did good. Now thank you. We'll be seeing you at midnight. Yes.
Yeah. Did you read?
Oh, aye, we will. Don't worry about that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Right, Craig, we gotta leave now.
Right, we did it.
And well, thanks for your help. I'm glad that it was you almost getting stabbed, not myself.
I'm on a roll. It's great.
Okay, do a history check for me, both of you, please.
A history check.
Yeah.
History. Oh dear. Oh. 7.
19.
19. Okay, so you both recall that the lady's statue is in the dock ward, and it's tucked away in a shadowy square between some tall warehouses, and it's a popular meeting spot for seedier inhabitants who refer to it as meeting at midnight. Like if you want to have a meeting at midnight, that's the location. So in the criminal underbelly, it's fairly well known.
Right.
So yeah, what do you do
Okay.
now? Do you want me to just fast track to the meeting, or do you want to do some kind of preparation, or?
I think we might as well just fast forward to that, because if everyone else is busy at this time, then we can't really we kind of have to take them on their word, and hopefully they won't just get us fucking stabbed.
50-50.
Just stab back.
I could stab him.
Oh, aye. This is like making a drug deal, but in D&D. Okay. Yeah, shall we just carry on with this, or do you want to change focus to someone else, or?
Well, this is the last thing that needs doing before we can move to.
All right. Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just fast forward. Let's say that me and Craig bumped around the pub and the place for a bit, and then we made our way around midnight to the to drug dealer point.
So, as you approach, you find the halfling that was the sort of spokesperson for the group that you encountered earlier, and you recognise him from his thick black sideburns and broad shoulders, and he's leaning against the statue with his arms crossed, like waiting for you to arrive. And when he sees you, he like casually just like eases himself off from the statue and starts to come forward slightly. So can you? Well, I'll ask you first. What do you want to do before you greet him and get closer? Is there anything you want to do?
Do we have any anything to prove what we're saying?
What?
I think in the last one, it took me.
He's learning.
Yeah, it took me a bit longer to convince him, but I didn't have anything to prove. My word.
Do you have anything now?
No. Do you?
You would need stuff from the black stuff for the.
Tell him about the Underdark.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Who said that?
Oh, no, bye.
There was a little fairy just went by.
Huh.
Have we got anything from?
I felt like a very vague need to kill children all of a sudden, but now it's gone.
Oh no. That's the dark side.
All right, yeah, no, we just go talk to them, I guess. I didn't really prepare for, because we weren't even sure if they're going to be of any use for us, because we just need guides to the to the tunnels beneath the city, right?
Maybe they can send someone to get word. Maybe we could do that. There's plenty of stuff going on in Castle Ward that's for preparation.
Tell you what, you've done me a solid already. How about you go do that and I chat with this halfling here
Yeah,
and see what I can.
I'll go get some evidence or proof, whatever it's called.
I trust you. You're a smart one. You'll figure it out.
Ah, thanks. I'll just go call an Uber.
That's goober. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Before I get to the alley where the statue is, I briefly tell Cray to get some information of the black stuff and stuff, and I just go on my own to chat with them.
So you see him standing there waiting for you to greet him. What are you doing? Are you just going to walk forward and enter into the conversation with him, or
can I have a look around to see if there's like people hiding around, like the area?
Yes. So do a perception check for me, please.
Non-natural 20.
Ooh, very good. So hiding in the alleyways nearby, and also perched but crouched down behind the rooftops, are a number of hunched figures that you catch as you see their silhouettes. You can't see any detail, but you can see that they have pointed ears. So even though they're hunched and humanoid, atop their heads are these two large pointed ears.
Pointed ears.
And the halfling with the sideburns. You also notice that that the fingernails of his hands are darker and longer than they were earlier when you were interacting with them at the table in the Pickled Fisherman. And he's constantly twitching his nose, like and shaking and twitching, like.
This is fishy. This is fishy, and not because we're in the dock ward. And I just sent Cray away. What do I do?
You'll be fine.
I have a bad feeling about this. But it's a desperate time. Yeah, I go up to him and I say, well, I'm glad you and your friends came to greet me. You look a bit anxious there, friend. Is everything all right?
So he's like, ha! Seems I owe Roscoe 5 gold dragons. You really was dumb enough to show up. Well, now that you're here, let me tell you how this is gonna go. You're right. We is the Shard Shunners, and we run these here streets. But we ain't much liking to the fact that you was asking questions about us, wanting to meet us. It makes us suspicious, you see. We don't get asked about for much of anything, really. But, in fact, I've half a mind to just stick some holes in you right now and silence you for good. So if I was you, I'd start coming up with real good reasons why I shouldn't, eh? And you hear the sound of like loud clicks of hand crossbows as they're being set and loaded, and then you hear like additional to those sounds, like the distinct clicking, scraping noise of claws being dragged across brick walls in the alleyways nearby. So what do you do, Sif?
Oh boy, okay. So well, the fact that you haven't killed me yet means that you're still somewhat interested in what I have to say. I would have expected a bolt in my back before I even said hi to you if you weren't.
The 10 gold got you that much.
Yeah, I figured it would. I figured. Well, I think there's a lot more gold to be made for you for not so, well, not a lot of work, really.
More gold, you say?
We need guides. Oh, aye.
How much gold are we talking? It's got to be more than 10. I'll tell you that now. As a starting bid, that is incredibly low.
We're talking hundreds of
Hundreds.
gold pieces.
Hundreds. To risk our lives, like you say. You're defending this shithole that's never given us anything. Hundreds.
I don't know. You seem to have been doing pretty well in that pub there. I'm sure the city has parted with many things for your sake, not necessarily willingly, but you've gotten plenty out of it. Would be a shame to lose the whole place and try to have to start your network all over again somewhere else. And besides,
Oh, Karen, go on. What were you going to say?
Besides, you could, I'm sure, doing a bit of work for the lords once in a while could maybe get their eyes off of your business.
So roll a persuasion check for me, Pat, please.
Persuasion, 15.
Okay. It's like trying to appeal to our altruistic side is a waste, as well as our sense of civic responsibility is also somewhat laughable. I couldn't give a shit if this place was turned to rubble. We'll still survive no matter what. I guarantee you that.
Look, if this place goes, the rest of the continent goes with it. If it's going to take months, days, years, it don't matter. Eventually, you're going to run out of places to fucking hide.
Maybe not. You don't know what we're capable of, or what kind of contacts we have. We are often called the cockroaches of the underbelly. So we may just survive whatever it is you say is going to happen yet. But as I say, negotiations aren't quite over. Now, if you could raise the incentive to somewhere within the thousands, we could be onto a deal here.
How much is hold on, out of game, how much is a platinum piece worth?
Platinum.
Platinum, yeah.
It's
10 gold pieces.
10 gold, yeah.
Okay, so we don't have. Okay, I don't have like anything to show them. Okay.
Well,
So
we've collectively got a bit.
Well,
I mean, I'm thinking more like, I'm sure the lords would be more than happy to chip in, but I can't really say that.
They inferred they would to some degree, so you can negotiate on their behalf if you want to. It just depends.
Yeah, they was here when they had that meeting.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, hear me out. Hundreds is what me and my friends can offer. Now, the lords of Waterdeep who work with us, they, I'm sure you're very much aware, can offer a lot more than a couple of hundred measly gold pieces.
When you say a lot more, you mean Thousands more. Yes.
I mean, this is a rich port city. How much money do you think they have in the coffers?
Well, let me just.
I mean, fuck. I'm sure I know. I'm sure you know.
Let me give a figure. I'm thinking around about 10,000 or more. You think that's possible to scrape up for our assistance?
Well, that really depends on how much of assistance you're willing to offer.
For 10,000 or more, we're all in. We might even lay our lives on the line for this dump.
Aye, money talks, don't it? Right. I'm sure I can get you a couple. I'm sure I can easily get you 10,000 gold pieces.
Okay, roll
for the service for saving this great dump.
Roll enough
as you referred to it.
Persuasion check, but with advantage this time, please.
Okay. I've been rolling really well, so watch me fuck this up really badly.
No.
Not 20, baby.
Oh,
okay. Okay, so it's like twitching and rubbing his taloned fingers together now. He's like, yes, that will do nicely, but we'll hold you to this. So if at the other end of this business we find that you're not good on your word, we'll be coming for you personally. So you make sure you're good for it, son.
Shit, man.
I'm very attached to my life. I don't just throw it away easily, friend.
You see, as the clouds part and some moonlight casts
I knew it.
over the statue's square, you can see that like fur and whiskers are starting to sprout from his features, and he's like, now I've got to run. So I'd suggest you do the same. And we'll be seeing you. Where shall we meet? Where do you want us? Where do you need us?
Castle Ward.
Yeah.
It's done. And then he squeals like in a squeaky like rodent like pitch, and then like his ears start to elongate and grow into these triangular shaped lobes, and then he goes down onto all fours and gallops off into the shadows, and you see the figures that were watching you from the alleys and the rooftops also recede into the
he was
into
a
the
wearer.
cities.
Is that what he was?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
For some reason, I'm just visualizing, you know, that woman that runs around like a horse.
Oh God!
I don't know why I got that.
See, I was imagining like a really mean-looking Mickey Mouse.
Oh, from Fantasia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, because it's a half.
Okay.
Sith, yes, you did it.
Hey.
You've got to make
That
sure
was
you
strange.
get 10,000 gold.
Yeah.
Hey, they could all die.
So,
Right. I gotta make a lot of money.
It's alright. We can just
Okay, so the next session is going to be me figuring out how to double cross them later.
I'm just thinking,
The gang takes out a loan.
I'm thinking, right, like, all of them will be together, like, the Xantharium, the Xanathar's Guild, the Shunners, all these, like, big bads of Waterdeep will just be in one area. You can just, like, nuke it. Just be like, fireball.
Manacles.
Problem solved, right?
So what we should do is, like, later down the line, we should have, I don't know if this is possible. Like, imagine having someone shapeshift into like a Zentrim and start shit with the Shunners, and then just like let them kill each other.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, so you weren't here last week, so I had the Xanathar's Guild. Proposal for the Xanathar's Guild was, hey, some of the Zentrim are going to be there. You can kill them off. I ain't going to turn a blind eye to it. So, like, my plan was after all of this, I'm just going to, like, kind of like give him a signal to just watch him just have a little melee and just be like, My hands are clean.
Oh, man. More carnage.
And I've possibly got calamari kind of.
There's no way this would ever go wrong.
No, this is
What could go wrong?
looking up. This is shaping up to be quite the disaster.
Okay, so those of you that were able to have recruited the various other powers and factions within the city to aid you. That just leaves the dragon that you were going to go and speak to as a group.
Yeah,
so
we can do that as a group. Yeah.
are you guys reconvening back at the Waterdeep portal?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Who went first? It was Ezra, wasn't
Calamari.
it? Was it Calamari or Ezra? So Ezra gets
Calamari.
I know I went pretty early. I think it might have been me.
So Ezra gets back there first, followed up by Calamari's missing, followed by Bog and Grogger, and then Bramble, Cray, Kayla, Cray, Sif. So you eventually all, like one by one, reconvene back at your little booth table in the corner of the yawning portal to the side of the bar. And
Guys, I need 10 large by the end of this, or my head's on a spike.
Oh no! Did it go well?
Well, what have you promised?
How'd it go?
Well, I think I almost died, but I promised them 10 grand. So, have you spoken to the Lords of Waterdeep about compensation?
Well,
They weren't specific.
they said they'd pay the hippo lady.
How much again?
How much did we do?
I think it was in the region of 5,000 or 10,000 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we did
something
say
like
we
that.
could pay her with jewels and like any sort of
Treasure.
trinkets.
Treasure. Trinket.
Wow, if the Lords of Waterdeep are willing to pay 10 large to a random hippo lady, I'm sure they won't mind paying so much to a bunch of cutthroats.
For an
Also,
organization.
it's one random hippo lady whose whole unit was wiped. It'd be a shame if she was also wiped. Just saying.
That gives me an idea for keeping all of that money later down the line.
I know a guy.
What are you
Is he in the
guys
underdog?
talking about?
Murder, the usual stuff.
All right, so here's the thing. We got all of those criminals on our side. I think it would be a service to the city to make sure that all of us go down, but only some of us come back, if you catch my drift.
Are you trying to kill me?
Not you, you're useful.
Oh, okay. I'm sure
How
there'll
would
be lots of
you,
people who die. Unfortunately.
So so Calamari went to speak to Zentrim, and you've spoken to Xanathar. I believe all of those people fucking hate each other.
They do.
They do indeed. So
One of the things I did, I forgot what the half orc was called that I was talking to at the Xanathar's guild.
Grumshaw.
Grumshaw, that was it. One thing I did, one of the ways I persuaded Grumshaw was to say that the Xanathar guild will be at this battle, and at the end I will turn a blind eye.
good.
So what happened between them two is beneficial to the city because they'll wipe each other out.
Perhaps a three-way is in order. Not in that way, you city sausage.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I suppose we'll try to get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Also, I'm guessing
But-
they're all known criminals to the guards of Waterdeep,
Oh,
and we'll have them all in one position or one place in the castle ward at one point in time. So, at the end of it, if they happen to all either fight each other and kill each other off or get arrested,
well, we also have a lot of wooden buildings and a fire mage, if you catch my drift.
No. No.
What?
No.
I mean, those are criminals.
Come on, when's the last time you burnt something?
You think how many?
Probably like a day ago.
Just think of it as
Pyromaniac.
just think of it as burning an entire building made out of bacon.
Just think about the biggest bonfire you probably ever make in your whole life.
The smelliest barbecue you've ever done.
Whose
Come on.
whose idea was to recruit all these people?
The open law.
Oh.
Larry Silverhands.
They must be expecting quite a lot of baddies to want all these people to fight. It's going to be a right mess.
Or they're looking for collateral damage. Why send in your own troops when you can send in
Cannon
people
fodder.
paid for?
Oh, I've been there.
As long as
Surely the Lord's Alliance has enough people to support this battle.
they haven't been very forthcoming with their troops, have they?
But it's a big city.
Well, I suppose we need the scoundrels from the Shunners to show us around the place.
Well,
But
what were they like? Were they all right? They're quite small.
I believe do all short people turn into rats when it's full moon?
That doesn't sound normal.
No,
Yeah,
that
no.
sounds like the only the ones allergic to silver.
Oh, silver.
Oh, where rat?
Good thing you promised gold.
Yeah, good thing I promised them gold.
Just buy him some cheese. The biggest piece of
Ah,
cheese.
They didn't seem like the cheese eating type. They looked more like the stab you in the back and then your nan type.
Oh,
Oh,
What's
Londoners.
gonna do to... Ah.
well, what am I supposed to do now?
We need to go deal with that. The only lead we've not followed is the dragon.
Ah, yes.
But he's all the way down in the vault.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably a group excursion.
Are
What you gonna
Are the lords aware that we've recruited all of those organizations?
Not yet.
Not yet. I mean, we could go report to them
Let's
first.
do it.
I think it would be a good idea to, get their input on all those lowlifes we've recruited for quite a chunk of change, I might add.
I need to tick
To
this
help
quest,
us with this.
I need to tick this quest stuff on my map, so yeah, I need to report back to the quest giver.
We want to do that first then.
There's an
not a video game.
icon shining over there. I think I gotta go to it.
I just want my
What?
compass has gone.
Why do you have a question mark over your head?
I can't kill this guy. He keeps getting back up. Must be important.
So, what are you doing now then? Are you going back to...
Yeah, report that we've completed our mission.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
talk to the lords.
Just in the interest of time, fast travel you two back to the meeting chambers with the Open Lord, and
Quick save.
you report this to them, and they are largely astonished that you were able to, between the group of you, to secure so many commitments, and she says that
We can be persuasive.
She says to you, I've already heard back from the captains of the watch that a number of these people have begun to report for assignment at the castle ward. You've done an astonishing thing here. These people haven't been united in a common cause for time out of memory. It's incredible. It's just a shame that the Zentarim couldn't have been convinced to aid us, as their resources through the Black Network would have been invaluable in this fight, especially as it's one of their own offshoot extremist factions that are apparently the cause of this.
Well, never
We
say
can still
never.
try
Calamari,
and
not
speak
back
to
yet.
them.
Yeah, they might turn
We
up.
did have a member of our group. God knows where he's gone.
Yes,
Probably dead.
The illithid,
Oh, well.
the illithid, calamari.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, I must say, of the all, he was the one I was the most concerned about, simply because of his origin. But you vouch for him, so you know him, you trust him. So if something has happened to him, what do you propose to do? We still have yet to secure the assistance of Orinax, the dragon, and he really would be of great value in our defence. And considering how well you've done in already, perhaps you would like to unite your efforts in locating and recruiting him for us. Though your missing friend, do you think it's likely he will return a bit later than the rest of you? Does he often do this? Does he often disappear?
Oh yeah.
So this is usual.
He disappears for weeks at a time. Yes, indeed.
He is a
Mad
member.
However,
Stephen.
He's a member of the Zentrum, so it should be easy.
Well, what I was hoping you would
Rumor
say...
is he has kids with other women, looking after their children.
It's gotta go do the rounds.
But what I was hoping you would say is that because he's a member of the Zentrum and he's active within that organisation, perhaps he will come to our aid later. Is this likely?
Yeah,
It
riding a
could be.
white horse.
Yeah.
He'll come over the hill.
Riding a giant squirrel.
Aww.
Okay, well,
But if I may be so bold, mistress,
yes.
we have all of those groups united for now. But what should we do about them when they are
When the
Done.
battle's over.
with purpose? Because they will want a lot of money, and I imagine as soon as our quest is done, their unity is going to fall apart, and they're going to go back to their old factional hatred.
Well, that's a bridge
Well, I'm
we'll
saying that-
cross when we come to it. For the moment, I have no choice but to say that yes, from the coffers of the city's own repository of wealth, we will, of course, pay what they have asked, especially if they commit to helping in the defence of the city from this threat. How can we do anything other than
I
that?
like mine.
If it bankrupts the city, at least we are still all alive. It would be worth it.
But will your economy ever survive?
It's
been
predicted
through worse.
there's going to be a 35% decrease in the loops of this
A
disaster.
recession.
And possible job loss.
No, don't let the real life bleed into this. Real life is depressing.
What are you
Fuck that.
talking about?
No,
I don't have a job.
Feels bad, man.
Your job is murdering people.
This is our job, calamari? No, too much wine. Great, that's it.
That's me. I'm that one.
But yes.
Yes.
Let's go talk to a dragon.
Should we go speak to this dragon then?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure it'll be
Any
easy.
news on where this dragon is?
Is it in a dungeon?
And could we get some
Well,
proof written on paper to say?
I'm getting another beer. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I came to.
Anything that you can give us to help convince the dragon would be good, because we didn't think to ask for bits of your assistance.
Orinax famously resides in the vault beneath the city, and there are 3 keys required to gain entry inside of it. But each key is different for each party. I don't have the key,
Well,
It would depend upon the people that are trying to gain entrance. So until you get there, who is to say what the nature of the key will be? It could be any number of abstract, esoteric, arcane objects. It would depend upon those who wish to gain entry.
okay. Okay,
What do you mean by key then? Is it a key in the traditional sense, or something?
No, it would be an artifact or an object or even a personage. It's I've heard the hat pin of a dowager. I've heard the fingernail of a half orc. There's been many different means of access to the vault. It depends upon you.
Oh, I've got a lot of stuff
Okay.
in my bag.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff.
Perhaps you have objects.
What are we
already
doing?
be. It's like you're paying a price of entry.
Oh,
Perhaps you already possess the items which it would require to admit you.
Do we get them back?
I do not know.
well, we've got nothing else to do.
I guess we're paying in interest then
Yeah.
to visit this dragon.
Well, let's do it. Never seen a dragon.
I'm
And you
gonna
said
have to
there's
go,
three
guys,
keys.
sorry.
Let's go.
Mike's got to go.
What's that?
Mike's got to go.
I've got to go, but you guys carry on.
No, let's leave it there.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll resume next session.
I think that's an okay place to wrap it up.
So you're about to embark upon locating and gaining entry into the Dragon Vault.
Oh god. Does that mean I literally carried the whole episode? Oh fuck.
Pretty much.
I
But that
heard
was the
that.
same for the others though when they were doing their.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, it's kind of what we did the other week.
You did good, man.
It was a time for each of you to shine individually.
I hope I played my character well.
You did great.
You did great.
Look, man, none
Better
of
than
you
me.
can do any worse than me at doing DMing because
Hey man.
Oh,
I
shut the
remember,
fuck
like-
up, Aaron.
I'm not,
Nice.
no, seriously, I'm not with it today. So
We've been
I
struggling.
think you've been doing very well.
Yeah, considering the circumstances and how shit the world is at the moment.
Yeah, you're doing
Everyone's been doing
absolutely
great.
And the
Everyone's been doing fantastic.
and the fact that Discord and OBS don't work
Oh,
properly
they are
or
not
very
Yeah.
well together.
They are
Just
not
technical
bad.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, technical issues ain't your fault, bruv.
I don't know.
We thought we'd nailed it, but obviously not. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, thanks for playing anyway, folks, and
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks to
Yes,
everybody that might
thank
have
you.
watched us. I do hope that was at least somewhat entertaining and a pleasant diversion from
Almost definitely somewhat.
unpleasant circumstances for most people. So I'm just gonna. Anyone got anything they want to shout about before we leave, or is there anything going on? I mean, there's not a lot going on at the minute.
Oh yeah, meet me down the pub.
Yeah.
Oh,
What pub? Weatherspoons.
Remember pubs?
Yeah. Remember them things many years ago?
I call it the Pat's room, and it's filled with beer cans. Some of them might be
Wait.
half full.
to the oh, and
Okay, well, I'm just going to do my spiel and then we'll sign off. So,
Cool.
okay, I have D&D adventures on the DMs Guild that I created, and they're available for sale. And I would really appreciate the support financially because at the minute I am earning nothing. So that would help me out. And also, some of them feature art and creative contributions from my fellow Misfits here. So. You're getting an insight into our minds by reading and playing these adventures. And then anyway, so there's the Fox and the Fae, which is set in the Feywild, and it's a bit of court intrigue and tricksters. There's Craftmas with Gremlins, which is set on the plane of law, but it's about a chaotic incursion into the Craft Father's workshop, and it's kind of more winter Christmas themed, that one. So maybe save it for the future. And then I also have an adventure called The Crimson Well, which is featured in the Blood Ties Anthology, Volume 1 of the Blood Ties Anthology, which is also available on the DM's Guild, along with 12 other adventures, which are all equally excellent, and I highly recommend them. So they're all revolve around a blood theme, but they range from horror to dramas to mysteries. There's a lot of diverse approaches and interpretations of that theme, and they're all excellent. So please help support creators that aren't earning other means of income at the minute because of the situation. And that's it. That's enough from me. So until next time, we'll be back next Wednesday, hopefully around about the same time, hopefully a bit earlier now. We're not having to sort out audio issues. So next Wednesday at 8 PM-ish, we'll be back to continue where we left off here. And until then, be kind, be creative, be safe, wash your hands, and play D&D.
Wash your damn hands.
Cheerio, bye.
Be real.
Right.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Right as well.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.